Good evening and welcome to our Wednesday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Ariana Whittick. Let's take a live look at Doak Campbell right now. We can see sunny skies across the region, mostly sunny conditions right now, winds coming out of the north at 10 miles per hour, and temperatures are in the upper 80s. Across the Big Bend region right now, we have temperatures that are staying in the 80s for most of the area outside of Sumatra at 92, but it is definitely feeling as if it is in the 80s because that dew point is definitely a little bit lower now that that cold front has passed through. And what that means is clear skies across the area, nothing on the radar showing up right now. And what we're going to talk about on FSU Weather tonight, we're going to see some drier and cooler weather patterns returning to the area. We're going to talk about a newly formed tropical depression that's in the Atlantic. And then our first cold front of the season has worked through the area. And we're going to talk about what a cold front is. All this and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Nicholas Porcelli. I don't know about you guys, but I was pleasantly surprised waking up this morning and feeling those nice cool temperatures of early this morning. I was also surprised about how dry it felt. It wasn't muggy like the other mornings. That's because now that the cold front has passed through, the dew points are lower and making for some more pleasant days. And not only was the morning really nice, but the whole day has been really sunny and clear. Today we're going to be looking at the tropics with Evan, and now we're going to pass it off to Evan with local.
That's right, thanks Nicholas. So as you said, that cold front has finally cleared through Tallahassee, and look how beautiful it is. Get a taste of fall here, because this is the last preview we're going to get for quite some time now, and I'll show you that in the 7-day. We're going to get back up towards the 90-degree mark by the time we get to early next week. But right now, sitting at 88 degrees and mostly sunny. Not many clouds out there right now. And we have that breeze coming out of the north-northeast. That's really ushering in that dry air behind that cold front. And you might be saying, well, is this radar actually working because it's so clear? You don't see anything moving on there, right? Usually you see it lighting up with showers and thunderstorms this time of day. We don't have that now because that front has finally cleared down to our south. It's hanging around I-4 right now, all the way down towards Orlando. So that's how far south you have to go to find those rain showers right now. Around the area right now, sitting in the lower to upper 80s in some places. Some places are touching that 90-degree mark in Sumatra right now. But the difference between today and yesterday is that we aren't feeling the humidity. So those dew points, the measure of moisture in the atmosphere, have gone way down from, say, 70s to 50s and 60s. So quite the drop. We're not feeling that humidity anymore. That kind of high energy weather that you'd like to see in the fall this time of year, now we're getting that. So enjoy it while it lasts this week. So we got up to 88 today, and we also had a low this morning of 67. So that was quite nice to wake up to. I walked out of my apartment this morning, wonder if I was going to like it, and I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely live with this for a while. So again, savor it while it lasts, because it's not going to be here forever. Those dew points, like I said, now they're in the 60s, even 50s in our northern suburbs. So very, very dry compared to what we have been seeing. And we'll keep this going for the next day or so. We'll keep that northeasterly breeze ushering in that dry air. There could be some clouds around tonight, and also an isolated shower down by the coast, especially Apalachicola and Carabel there. That's really where you have to go to get that shower chance. But around here in Tallahassee, we won't see that shower chance until the weekend. As for tonight, again, 67 degrees is our low in Tallahassee, partly cloudy skies, and we'll keep that northeasterly breeze and widespread 60s around the area, warmer down by the coast, but I wouldn't be surprised areas north and west of Tallahassee could dip into the 50s tonight. So really enjoy that fall weather preview that we've been seeing. Tomorrow we'll get up to 89, but again, not humid, so that's a good thing. Again, widespread 80s tomorrow afternoon. Here's that 7-day forecast. So we'll start out tomorrow and Friday. Very nice conditions there. Saturday, we have that thunderstorm chance returning, although it's not as high as we usually see. So just a scattered chance, 50% on Saturday. And as we get towards the beginning of next week, we'll head back towards the 90s, and we'll start to usher in some of that humidity back into our area. So we'll watch that carefully. Unfortunately, this fall preview is not going to last forever. So enjoy this weather while it lasts. And Ariana, I am loving this fall preview. I don't know about you. I love it.
I am. I'm a huge fan of fall. And right now, with that cold front, we're seeing some drier conditions in the Big Bend and Panhandle of Florida. All that rain is staying well south of us right now, where that cold front has kind of not worked its way and will not work its way through Florida. Closer look at Tallahassee. Dry across the radar, very sunny skies outside right now, but no rain in sight. And a live look from our lakefront camera, we can see temperatures are about 88 and mostly sunny conditions. Great day to head out to the FSU lakefront property today. Beautiful day if you were headed outdoors. And a live look at our radar right now, we can see the Panhandle has no rain in sight, but as we work our way down the peninsula, it is going to start to get a bit rainier. So along the I-95 corridor and into the I-4 corridor, we're going to see those rain chances be a little bit elevated. To our south in Gainesville, temperatures are in the 80s, 86 currently, partly cloudy conditions, but sunny skies once again. I love this type of weather, and winds are going to be coming out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. South Florida, though, we're seeing lots of rain, especially for parts of Miami and Fort Myers. We can see a little bit north of the Everglades. We're getting that rain, heavier rain is where it's at right now. And a live look from Miami, we can definitely see those cloudy conditions. Rain is going to be starting to head into your way. Temperatures, though, are 84 and winds are calm, so not a bad day if you are liking the cooler temperatures in Miami. For our rainfall forecast, we can see that the Panhandle is going to stay significantly drier over the next couple of days, but our biggest target points are going to be Miami and Central Florida, seeing between an inch or two of rain as we head into Thursday. Current temperatures, though, across Florida, temperatures are staying in the 80s for most of the area, 78 down in West Palm Beach, but that's just because the rain is helping to keep those temperatures a little bit more manageable across the area. And I talked about how it is actually feeling like the 80s across Florida. You can see where that line for the dew point is. It's a lot cooler in the northern half, 61 and 65 for our dew point temperatures. And that's just making those humidity levels and it not feel as sticky and muggy outside. But as we head down the peninsula, it is a bit more of that. And if you look at the temperatures tonight, we're going to see rain chances all throughout the peninsula of Florida, but staying dry as we head into the Panhandle. And for tomorrow, we can see the rain is going to stick around for the peninsula of Florida, especially into and around the I-4 corridor and the I-95 corridor. But the Panhandle of Florida, temperatures are going to be in the 80s, upper 80s at that, but it is going to feel like it's in the 80s, not significantly warmer. And I don't know about you, I love that fall-like weather. It's nice and cool outside, beautiful sunny skies. What do you like about that?
That's exactly right, Ariana. Just like Florida, the rest of the Southeast is going to be experiencing nice, cool temperatures. Nice, cool temperatures like you can see here in Montgomery. We have, I went past. Here we're taking a look at the Southeast, and just like today in Tallahassee, many areas of the Southeast like Bowling Green, Kentucky, Atlanta, Georgia, Gainesville, really nice, clear skies now that this cold front is passing through. And as you can see, nice cool temperatures, 72 in Blacksburg and 80 degrees in Bowling Green. Current temperatures it's hovering around 80 degrees for most of the Southeast. Over as you go more west is going to be 87, 88 in Little Rock. But overall pretty clear other than Central Florida. So dew points. So as Ariana was saying earlier, here in Tallahassee, that line, that's as the cold front is passing through, and is going to be pretty drier conditions than what we were expecting, than what we were experiencing this past week. But down where the cold front has yet to pass is still pretty muggy. The current radar, this is that front that we're talking about. All that rain popping up in the middle of the state, while the rest of the Southeast is looking at really clear conditions. And this is the future radar. It seems like the middle of the state is going to keep continuing to experience more and more rain. There we go. We got to zoom in on Atlanta. Atlanta, now that the front has passed, again, nothing to worry about. All the rains are going to be offshore, and we won't be experiencing any, in Atlanta, we won't be experiencing any hazardous weather. For the future radar, as that front passes, is going to fizzle out in the middle of the state, and but Miami and parts of South Florida are going to continue to experience more humidity, but the rest of the Southeast is going to be pretty clear for the time being. And as for our WPC outlook, there's going to be marginal rainfall, but nothing too intense. And for Thursday, same deal. Jacksonville and South Florida is going to be marginal, not much going on there. And for Friday, same deal. The rest of the Southeast is going to be looking at clear conditions, while South Florida is going to be under a marginal watch. For our rainfall forecast, the center of the state is going to be the one that is experiencing the most rain. And I want you folks out there in the middle of the state near Orlando to keep a watch, because you guys have already experienced some rain earlier this week. So later on in the week, as you keep getting more rain, the soil might get more saturated, and it might cause some flood watches. As for tonight, we're looking at pretty nice temperatures for most of the Southeast. Looking at low temperatures in Montgomery, 67 Tallahassee, 59 in Charlotte, 59 in Nashville. But here down in South Florida, it's still going to be relatively warm at 78. And for tomorrow's temperatures, it's going to still be pretty warm in Miami, and it's actually going to be 90 degrees in Montgomery, and it's going to be actually relatively warm with these clear skies tomorrow. And I'm going to pass it off to Evan for a look at the tropics.
That's right. Thanks, Nicholas. So the tropics are always something to watch this time of year, especially now because we officially have, as of today, newly designated Tropical Depression number 7 here. So we'll take a look at that here on the Atlantic wide shot. Not much to see in the center of the Atlantic, but right here is our main story, and that's Tropical Depression 7 that formed earlier today, this morning around 11:30, right in the middle of my partial differential equations class, and that got everybody's attention. But right now, it's a 35-mile-an-hour tropical depression just under tropical storm strength, and it is expected to strengthen into a tropical storm by the time we get to, say, around this time tomorrow evening. So as it does so, it'll get the name Fiona. That's the next name on the Atlantic hurricane season list. And it's expected to traverse off to the west here towards the Leeward Islands, also towards Puerto Rico and Hispaniola as we get later in the week here. So on the spaghetti models, you can see this here, and most of them as we get, and you might, like I said, you might be wondering what's going to happen as this moves towards the west, because now we're getting towards the U.S., right, getting closer to home. Most of the models are in agreement that this could go out to sea and not really impact the U.S. However, there's always that one stubborn outlier that we always like to see here in the meteorology world, and that is this model right here, the CMC. That's the Canadian model. And that one takes it into the Gulf of Mexico as it goes towards Cuba here and into the Gulf of Mexico just south of the Florida Keys by the time we get to later in the week, say this weekend. That's something we have to watch. Even though not all of the models are in agreement that this is going to happen, it's still a possibility. And I would personally say that I would probably agree with the majority of these models that it will traverse out to sea. However, because we aren't in complete agreement that this is going to happen, that's going to go out to sea, we need to keep an eye on this. So let's take a look at this on the water vapor. So we'll take a little bit of a deeper dive. It's not dealing with the quite the amount of dry air that we anticipated. So there's not a whole lot of brown color on this map. That's the dry air. It's very healthy looking on this water vapor imagery. And it's also going to be moving towards very warm ocean waters. Those purple and magenta colors there, that's water temperatures near 90 degrees, believe it or not. So very warm for this time of the year. So if this holds together as tropical characteristics, it's going to be definitely something worth watching here. So we do have that tropical depression number 7 that just formed today, and it will be needing some monitoring as it tracks towards the west and the west-northwest, towards the Leeward Islands, towards Puerto Rico, towards Cuba. Portions of the Western Caribbean, like I said, they're under the most immediate threats from this. And again, the threat, if any, to the U.S. at this time is unclear. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this as we go later in the week here on FSU Weather, so we'll keep you posted. Now I'm going to send things over to the desk with Ariana and Nicholas for a look at what cold fronts are.
That's right. Thank you, Evan. So as you guys noticed today, that drop in temperatures that were actually really nice for us here in Florida, that we've been experiencing such hot temperatures and muggy conditions. So the reason for that is that a cold front passed through.
Yes.
And Ariana, can you explain to us a little bit about what is a cold front?
So let's talk about what a cold front is. So a cold front is like an area of dry air that's behind it and will push through the region, and it will drop those dew point temperatures, making it feel a little bit cooler. So that's why our 89 or 88 degree temperature today felt significantly cooler than if it were 89 degrees and about 90% humidity. It's just going to feel very muggy. They're often associated with some rainy and stormy conditions ahead of its passage, and behind it, it's going to bring some beautiful blue skies like we saw today.
Yeah, definitely. And remember that a front is always when two boundaries, two air masses interact with each other. So in a cold front, here in the southeast, is when the continental polar starts to come down and interacts with the warm maritime waters of the Gulf. And so that's why when these masses interact, they create storms sometimes, and in the summertime, sometimes they create warm fronts, but here in the winter, it creates a cold front.
Yeah.
Here in the screen, you're going to be looking at what signifies each different type of front on a weather map. So a cold front is always going to be blue. Blue will be a little bit like cooler is what you associate, while red will be warm. So a warm front will have red color and circles on top, while a cold front will be blue and with triangles.
Yes.
An occluded front will be pink, and it will have both triangles and circles, while a stationary front is blue and red with the circles on top and the triangles on the bottom.
Yeah, so let's take a look at what it actually looks like on a real-life weather map. As you can see, there's a low pressure that's circulating in the north towards Alaska, and you can see that blue line that is dropping off the warm front there. That is a cold front, and so that's going to bring some stormier weather, but behind it, it is going to bring some drier weather and some clearer skies. So I personally love when a cold front comes through.
I'm very excited for more cold fronts. I definitely want to be done with this summer. I'm looking forward to what this winter has to bring. So now we're going to be passing it off to Evan with the National Outlook.
That's right, thanks guys. So taking a big old look at the grand old United States here, we have a little bit cooler temperatures here in the west. We're also dealing with some rainfall, much needed rainfall, in fact, here in the western U.S., and a very potent surge of warmth. Look at Bismarck, North Dakota, sitting at 86 right now. It's September 14th right now, so that's pretty warm for this time of the year. And we're also dealing with those cooler dew points, those less humid temperatures here in the southeast. And we'll take a look at that here on that dew point map. 65 is our dew point right now in Tallahassee, much more comfortable than what we are accustomed to for this time of the year. Widespread 50s for dew points. And of course, the west is our driest spot with dew points in the 40s right now. And those winds, you can see that advection of that warm air going all the way up into the Dakotas, and also a low pressure swirl at the top of that. And we also have a high east that's dominating our pattern here in Tallahassee, bringing us those drier dew points. And there it is on that surface analysis right here. There's that high pressure that's denoted by that H. And this is what we've been talking about for a while here, this front that's been draped across the southeast and is now stuck in the middle of Florida. So that's why they're still dealing with that thunderstorm threat throughout much of this week and getting several inches of rainfall because of that, because that front has now stalled over central Florida. And there are, those aforementioned rain showers there in the west, much needed to help the drought conditions there. You can see that on the water vapor imagery. You can see that counterclockwise swirl almost associated with that low pressure system. And there again is that front bringing us that drier air denoted in that brown color there, that drier dew point, those less humid the less humid air that have really needed for a long time here, and we're all enjoying that today. So again, get out there and enjoy that while it lasts today. A little bit of a radar tour here around the U.S. The Pacific Northwest, the state of Washington and Oregon right now not dealing with a whole lot of rain showers. However, if you work into Idaho and Montana, storms are starting to pop up there, and some lightning as well, so be aware of that. But again, this is much needed rain they've been having for years on end. A welcome sight for them. Similar story for Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, up into the Dakotas. Again, it's very warm for this time of the year up in the Dakotas, so a bit of a summery pattern there. So one last taste of summer there. So maybe not the best day to get out there and enjoy the pool and get out there and enjoy a hike or something, but Once that rain dissipates, definitely go out and do that before it gets too cold, because it does get quite cold there in the winter as the months progress here. The northeast is looking good. There are some showers up here near Lake Ontario, say the Watertown up in upstate New York. There was also a front that passed offshore late last night, bringing heavy downpours to much of New England last night, but things are looking much better today, as is the southeast, again, dominated by that high pressure system. Not a whole lot to see on that southeast radar right now, as we'd like it, because we've had quite the rainy pattern here over the last month or so during the rainy season. The Gulf of Mexico is a different story. There's not much tropical activity right now. However, we're getting that surge of moisture from the Gulf, headed from because of that stationary front dominating the peninsula of Florida, bringing several inches of rainfall there. But as for tonight, widespread 60s around much of the country. The coolest areas will be in the northeast. Also out west, look at Billings, Montana, getting all the way down to 53 tonight. Boston is our coolest spot, though, at 52. We'll stay warm in the south in the 70s and 60s. And then tomorrow, very similar to today, 90s there in Texas. That's our hot spot. And again, even though it'll be close to 90 degrees here in the southeast, it'll not feel as terribly hot as it has, not feeling like 100 as we are sometimes used to. But now I'm going to pass things off to Ariana for a look at our lifestyle forecast.
That is right, and that cold front did bring us some beautiful sunny skies that it left behind, and temperatures that are nice and in the upper 80s, but the dew points that are quite lower, so it made for a great day if you headed outdoors, headed to any one of these locations that you're seeing on the screen right now. And a live look from Doak shows those sunny skies right over the stadium. Temperatures are about 88 degrees and partly cloudy conditions, winds coming out of the north-northeast at 10 miles per hour. And if you are traveling, it is a great day to get out the doors, because we're seeing no delays for Tallahassee International and no delays for most of the country. Down in Orlando, though, that's the only area that is experiencing some rain right now, and you might have a couple-minute delay. But overall, great day to travel across the country. Now, if you are taking your dog for a walk, tomorrow morning temperatures are going to be nice and cool, 68, low dew point temperatures, so it is going to feel as if it is 68. And then we're going to get temperatures up into the 80s by 11 a.m. If you are going to stargaze tonight, great day to do it. We're going to have a 99% chance of a full moon, and it's going to be great viewing conditions if you're looking at the stars. Now for Thursday night football, we're going to have the Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs, and temperatures are going to be in the 80s with nice and clear skies. So if you are a Chiefs or a Chargers fan, it's going to be a great day, especially since that stadium is outdoors. Headed to Louisville is our football team. They're going to break out some all-white uniforms that I'm super excited to see, and the temperature for kickoff should be about 77 degrees with clear conditions. And the women's soccer team is going to be traveling to Boston College on Friday with clear skies and 72 degrees for temperatures. Great time to go see the soccer match, and especially for kickoff. And our weekend forecast, we're going to see those temperatures stay in the 80s throughout, but our best chance of seeing rain is going to be on Saturday. Sunny skies are going to return as we head into our Sunday, and the humidity levels will rebound as we start to head into next week. But right now, I'm going to enjoy some of that nice, cool temperatures. 89 degrees. How about that, Nico?
Yeah, definitely. Here in Tallahassee, we're going to be seeing, at least for the next couple days, we're going to be experiencing some of these cool temperatures. And we're going to be experiencing also these dry conditions. So taking a look here at Doak Campbell Stadium, you can see clear, beautiful blue skies, just like it's been throughout the whole day. It's actually a little bit warm right now, 88 degrees. It says partly cloudy, but I do not see a cloud here in Doak Campbell. Wind from the north-northeast at 10 miles per hour. It's pretty pleasant, might be a little warm for right now. As for the local radar, nothing. There's nothing appearing right now as this cold front has just passed through. We're under an area of higher pressure, so there's not going to be anything, at least for the next couple days. And now looking at the current temperatures, 88, mid to high 80s in most of the Tallahassee area. Monticello and Tallahassee, 88. St. Mark's, 89. It's cooler down here in Apalachicola, 84. And as you go farther north, you're going to be experiencing some cooler conditions like in Donaldsville. Temperature almanac. So here in Tallahassee, it was 88 today. It's much lower than the record, and it's actually right bang average. The low was 67, a little bit lower than average, but is nowhere near as cold as it was back in 1969. And as for our dew points, so we're going to be experiencing these lower dew points now that this front has passed. So it's going to be a little bit drier. So 57 up in Thomasville is going to be a little bit cooler. Madison, as you go more east, as you approach where the front is, it's going to be a little bit more humid. So that's why it's 69 in Madison and 65 here in Tallahassee. As for our future radar, we won't be expecting much for at least the next couple days. We're going to be seeing blue skies, clear conditions, and overall nice temperatures. As for tonight, 67, partly cloudy and winds from the northeast. It's going to be a relatively nice night, just like as in the day with the cold front passing. There won't be much activity going on in our forecast. And as I was saying with Tallahassee, 68, and the temperatures are going to stay relatively cool in the low to mid 60s, and as you go north, it's going to be even cooler. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be mostly sunny, 89 degrees, again, clear skies, winds from the northeast, not much going on. It's going to be a nice warm day. And it's going to be relatively, for most of the Forgotten Coast, it's going to be relatively nice warm temperatures, just like it was today. Relatively no change. Your plans are going to be fine. And taking a look for the week ahead, so as I said before, so Thursday and Friday for the next couple of days is going to be nice and clear, while Saturday you're going to be experiencing some showers and at 40% chance, but then it's going to clear up again, but the temperatures will also rise and so will the lows. So we won't be experiencing the cooler temperatures that we had today, but it's still going to be relatively nice and many opportunities to do outdoor activities without any threat of rain. So now I'm going to pass it off to Ariana to do our closing desk.
And that's right. As we wrap up the show, we talked about cold fronts and Tropical Depression 7 forming out in the Atlantic. And we talked about cold fronts because we just experienced one that helped to lower those dew point temperatures and bring some drier air to the Tallahassee region. And Tropical Depression number 7 has formed in the Atlantic. So this is just a reminder that Atlantic season is not over until November 30th, and a storm can pop up in the Atlantic at any time. So as we go forward, we're going to want to make sure that we're staying alert and aware of the tropical activity that is possibly going to occur as we head into the future for the Atlantic season. But across Tallahassee, it was a great day to head outdoors, sunny skies and temperatures that actually felt as if they were in the 80s. Not a cloud in the sky today. Great day if you were headed outdoors, and we're going to see those similar conditions persist as we head on to the next couple days. Saturday though, look to have an umbrella because that's when the rain is going to be returning and those humidity levels will be up. If you like us, give us a follow on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU weather. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU weather. And watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/FSU weather. And please send us your weather pictures on Instagram at FSU weather. And as we close out the show, we're going to take one last live look at our 7-day with Evan.
Thanks, Ariana. So keep in mind, folks, that humidity only is low for tomorrow and heading into Friday. Saturday looks like your best rain chance, but we'll get back up towards the 90s by the time we get to next week. Signing off for now, this is student meteorologist Evan O'Regan. Enjoy your Wednesday afternoon and enjoy the low humidity.